The older I get, the more I realize that life is really quite simple. It's not who you are, it's what you know. And deep in our hearts, we all know what is right and we all know what is true. So why do some people still pretend? Or shall I rather say, why do people lie to themselves and to others to hide what we know deep in our hearts to be true? Lying fosters helplessness, transfers blame, and sullies all forms of intimacy. For the fearful, self-doubting types of this world, lying creates the illusion of strength, control, and power. Lying disguises weakness. I need to clarify here that I'm referring to lies in terms of emotions, true feelings that are felt within the heart. We all from time to time react from fear. Vulnerability is a very human trait and often triggers intense reactions. However, it is also our best pathway to honesty, sensitivity, and lasting intimacy. When we love, we are always vulnerable. And that's the way it is. It takes courage to be in a relationship, and it takes a lot of hard work. And this is where sometimes the fear sets in. Some are so afraid of losing the good thing they have, and this is possibly due to something that happened to them in their past or during their childhood. For some reason they were abandoned by someone important in their lives and are afraid to have to endure that experience again, and this results in them fleeing from the relationship for fear of abandonment. This, however, is not going to resolve abandonment issues. Others again are afraid of committing to a relationship for fear of losing their freedom altogether. Then there are others who believe in perfect love, and they are devoting all their energies to achieving it. They, however, need to be careful of setting their hopes too high. By searching for the ideal person, they sometimes ignore the one who could make them truly happy. In the end, no relationship will ever be flawless, so the goal is to get to close as perfect as you possibly can. All relationships have their ups and downs. When things go downhill, we need to take note of why that happened and learn from it. If the couple parted, hopefully with the lesson learnt, there will be an opportunity to revive the relationship. These days people are too quick to walk away, or otherwise, for some strange reason, they do not want to admit to what they truly feel in their hearts. They do not want to admit it to themselves, to their friends, or even the person that they had the relationship with, as they view this as a sign of weakness. Some are even too scared to revive a relationship, because they also view this as a sign of weakness, but in reality this is just a sign of being stubborn. They are unable to admit that they truly love their partner. Right now I want to go back to the lessons learned. The universe gives us these times to clean things up in our lives. It reminds us not to make the same mistakes over again. During difficult times or separation from a partner, there can be an element of victimization and feelings of frustration or anger and hurt. Take this time and go within and see where the issue is that can be resolved, if possible. All of this may be part of a wake-up call, and there can be a sudden, unexpected insight or information which can bring the potential for healing. If you are able to sit and discuss issues with your partner, then do so. Perhaps this issue has to do with one partner's patterns and habits. Maybe someone is feeling exhausted with their old patterns and habits. Allow all such observations to be fully expressed. Listen to what your partner is saying. Maybe you're asking too much. Maybe by wanting to have constant reassurance. Try to be less demanding. That way you'll avoid one potential source of conflict. The romantic in you is predominant. Feel the chemistry between you and your lover. Let it fester and then grab a hold of it. Be creative, play games, get crazy and fall in love once again. Less focus on the flaws of your relationship and more focus on the big picture keeps romance lively and stimulating. If you feel antsy about a commitment, give it all you have. If you've been holding a grudge or punishing someone who wronged you, stop drinking the poison of resentment. Forgive and move on with the relationship. Bury the hatchet for good and begin a fresh chapter in which you never discuss whatever the subject was again. I go back to what I said earlier, where in this day and age people are too quick to walk away, or otherwise for some strange reason they do not want to admit to what they truly feel in their hearts. They do not want to admit it to themselves, to their friends, or even the person they had the relationship with, as they view this as a sign of weakness. I would personally have to say that it is possibly the main reason why there are so many single people out there. If you know what is in your heart to be true, then don't be afraid to admit it. This is the most crucial factor to the beginning of happiness. This factor makes you powerful because you are able to reclaim lost innocence. You can forgive past transgressions or return to a more intimate, trusting stage in a vital relationship. Let the mistruths of the past fade. It's time for acceptance. There is great benefit to energizing the ideal relationship, for it will always have you working toward a better connection. You know you'll have to shoulder extra responsibilities to make all the components of a completed union come together. But it's a small price to pay for something so special. Don't be fooled. Listen to your heart. Don't become one of those statistics. I recently heard of a couple that found each other again after 60 years. Had they each admitted to what was in their hearts from the start, they would not have wasted 60 years. The moon and the stars invoke emotions. The moon and the stars have never lied to me. Not even once. Why should we then lie to ourselves or others about what we really feel for someone special? Why should it be seen as a weakness? You don't want to end up being in your 80s and wonder, what if? At the end of the day, if you can experience true love and happiness, then why not grab it with both hands and give it all you've got?